New Mexico, a land painted with the hues of sunset, steeped in ancient mysteries and haunted legends. The land of enchantment. Yet for me it's something older, darker, and far more compelling. Here the veil between worlds feels thin, and the energy is raw, woven into the desert and adobe walls. I've chased the paranormal across the globe, but nowhere is the presence of the past as palpable as here. This land is marked by love, loss, and restless spirits, whose stories echo through empty rooms and long hallways. I came not for postcard views but for answers to questions that linger in the shadows. My journey led me to Old Mesilla, a crossroads of history and haunting where legends like Billy the Kid still walk. Tonight I prepare to cross the threshold, to seek out darkness, not to fear it, but to understand it. This is not a thrill-seeking adventure. This is a quest to uncover what lies beyond the veil. Our first lockdown, the Double Eagle restaurant. From the outside it's a stunning adobe mansion built in 1849 for the powerful Mays family. Inside, Victorian opulence reigns, crystal chandeliers, gold leaf, velvet, and polished wood. But beneath the grandeur, a dark history clings to every wall. This was a center of social life, but also a home of secrets and betrayals. The energy is complex. Celebration overshadowed by sorrow and tension. It's a beauty that feels haunted, as if tragedy is waiting to repeat itself. The Mays family's story is the foundation of the haunting. Wealth and power couldn't shield them from love, jealousy, and rage. The house witnessed births, weddings, secrets, and heartbreak. Decades of intense emotion fuel the paranormal activity here. As an investigator, you feel a location story before you hear it. The Double Eagle speaks volumes, each room layered with history. But one room holds the darkest energy, the carved room. Here, opulence and tragedy collided in a moment of shocking violence. The Double Eagle's core legend, Armando Mays, heir to the mansion, and Inez, a servant girl, star-crossed lovers in a rigid society. Their romance was forbidden, hidden in the shadows. Armando's mother discovered the affair and forbade it, threatening ruin. But love defied her threats. The couple planned to run away. Their defiance sealed their fate. The tragedy unfolded in the carved room. Armando's mother, in a rage, attacked Inez with sewing shears. Armando tried to protect her, but both died by his mother's hand. Some say she took her own life after. The violence left a scar, an imprint of love, fear, and despair. Armando and Inez are said to remain, bound to the room where their lives ended. Their tragic story lingers, retold by all who enter. Paranormal activity at the Double Eagle is constant, especially in the carved room. 2 chairs are believed to be Armando and Inez's, often found pulled out, as if just used. Silverware and glasses move overnight in a locked restaurant. Sudden cold spots, phantom touches, and the scent of lilac perfume. These are common. During our investigation, EMF meters spiked near the infamous chairs. We captured a faint female EVP whispering Mio when asked if Armando was hers. A human-shaped cold mass appeared on our thermal camera, then vanished. Other teams have seen apparitions in mirrors, heard disembodied voices, and found impressions on velvet cushions. The evidence is overwhelming. The Double Eagle isn't just a ghost story. It's an active paranormal site. The spirits of the past are still present, reliving their tragedy. Night after night, the haunting continues. Just steps from the Double Eagle stands the old Dona Ana County Courthouse, a place of judgment, fear, and death. Built in 1937, it housed the courthouse, jail, sheriff's office, and gallows. Decades of suffering and executions have soaked its walls in negative energy. Justice in the Old West was swift and brutal. This was the final stop for outlaws. Billy the Kid was sentenced here, though he escaped before hanging. Countless others met their end at the gallows. The building's design, dark corridors, barred windows, adds to the oppressive atmosphere. You can almost hear the echoes of cell doors and desperate cries. The gallows' emotional residue is powerful, creating a vortex of trapped spirits. Unlike a family home, this place is haunted by many, angry, desperate, and violent. These are not peaceful entities. They're trapped in cycles of judgment and execution. Entering the courthouse is stepping into a repository of pain. The courthouse's darkness goes beyond executions. Legends tell of wrongful convictions, innocent men sent to the gallows, their spirits restless and angry. Their sense of betrayal keeps them tethered to the site. The jail was a place of suffering, overcrowding, disease, violence, and suicides. These acts of despair left lasting spiritual imprints. One infamous spirit, El Indio, was beaten to death by guards. His angry presence is still felt. People report being shoved, and his shouts echo through the halls. The courthouse is a mix of sorrow, rage, and hopelessness. These emotions fester, making the paranormal not just possible but probable. The building contains all this pain pressing in on you from all sides. It's a heavy, suffocating energy that warns you to tread carefully. The courthouse's hauntings are as intense as its history. Disembodied voices, shouts, arguments, screams echo down the corridors. The sound of chains dragging is often heard in the empty jail. Shadow figures dart through hallways. Full-bodied apparitions appear, judges, a lady in red. Doors slam, security gates swing open or closed on their own, caught on camera. Technology malfunctions, batteries drain, lights flicker, EMF spikes in the cell block. We recorded EVPs, a man's voice saying guilty in the courtroom, another hissing get out near the gallows. Cold spots are everywhere, taking your breath away. Investigators are touched, pushed, even scratched by unseen forces. The feeling of being watched is constant and oppressive. The courthouse is not a passive haunting. The spirits are active, interactive, and far from at peace. They make their presence known. My investigations at these sites, places steeped in history and mystery, were among the most intense I've ever experienced. Each creak, each shadow, seemed to whisper secrets from bygone eras, creating an atmosphere that was both captivating and unnerving. At the Double Eagle, the air was thick with romance and sorrow, a palpable sense of longing that permeated every room. In the carved room, I sat in Armando's chair, attempting to connect with the energy that lingered there, hoping to understand the depths of his emotions. Suddenly the temperature dropped 20 degrees, confirmed by our thermal camera, a chilling indication of a presence not of this world. I asked for Inez. I spoke her name into the silence, hoping for a sign, any indication that she was still there. Then a glass slid across the table in response, a deliberate movement that defied explanation. Later, as I walked through a dimly lit hallway, I felt a cold touch on my neck, a fleeting sensation that sent shivers down my spine. I turned around quickly, but no one was there. The air was still, the silence deafening. Reviewing the audio later, we captured an EVP of a soft sigh at that moment, a whisper from beyond the veil. The evidence, piece by piece, began to paint a vivid picture. Temperature drops, unexplained and sudden, moving objects, seemingly without any physical cause, physical touch, a chilling brush against my skin, EVP, voices from the other side. All of it pointed to the lovers' lingering presence, their story etched into the very fabric of the building. The courthouse, however, was different, a stark contrast to the Double Eagle's melancholic atmosphere. It felt angry, oppressive, a place where justice had been twisted and souls had been broken. In the jail, the atmosphere was suffocating, heavy with the weight of despair and the echoes of past suffering. Suddenly a cell door slammed shut with force. The sound reverberated through the corridors, a jarring and unexpected event. We checked, but we were alone. There was no logical explanation for what had just occurred. On the spirit box, amidst the static and fragmented words, a male voice shouted, "I'll kill you!" It was a direct threat, chilling and unambiguous, leaving no room for misinterpretation. Lying on the spot where the gallows stood, the very ground where countless lives had been unjustly taken, I heard footsteps approach and felt a heavy, malevolent presence, a dark energy that seemed to emanate from the earth itself. I didn't see it, but I felt it, a palpable sense of dread that settled over me like a shroud. It was a raw, terrifying connection to the building's dark history, a glimpse into the suffering and injustice that had permeated its walls. I left both locations with undeniable proof of haunting, evidence that defied conventional explanation. But I also left with two very different feelings, emotions that lingered long after I had departed. One was profound sadness, a sense of empathy for the lost souls trapped within the Double Eagle, and the other was pure dread, a chilling fear that clung to me after my experience at the courthouse. These places are not just stories, not just legends whispered in the dark. They're living, breathing echoes of the past, places where the veil between worlds is thin, and the spirits of those who came before us still linger. Why are we drawn to places like the Double Eagle and the courthouse? What is it about these locations that captivates our imagination and stirs a sense of intrigue within us? They're living museums of human emotion, frozen in time. Here life's most intense dramas, the very essence of human experience, love in its purest and most passionate form, betrayal, the sting of broken trust and shattered promises, rage, a consuming fire fueled by injustice and pain, injustice, the heavy weight of unfairness, and the yearning for what is right. Death, the ultimate mystery, and the inevitable end, are etched into the environment, becoming a part of the very fabric of these places. We go not just to hunt ghosts, seeking fleeting glimpses of the spectral, but to connect with the past, to touch the echoes of lives lived. These buildings store emotional energy, like batteries holding on to the past, replaying it for those who listen, for those who are sensitive enough to perceive it. Even seasoned investigators are shaken by the sadness of the Double Eagle, its sorrow palpable, or the anger of the courthouse, a place where justice and injustice have battled for centuries. At the restaurant you feel the loss of Armando and Inez, their tragic tale forever imprinted on the walls, trapped in their beautiful prison, bound to the place of their joy and their heartbreak. At the courthouse you leave drained, heavy and weary, as if you've carried the weight of countless trials. The negative energy clings to you, a residue of the pain and suffering that has permeated its halls. Not all spirits are peaceful, not all seek solace or understanding. Some want you to feel their pain, to share in their torment, to understand the depths of their despair. Would I return alone? Would I dare to face these energies without support? Maybe to the Double Eagle, drawn by its lingering beauty and the echoes of love. The courthouse, never. Its oppressive atmosphere is something I'm not eager to revisit. Its darkness is not to be taken lightly. It's a force that can overwhelm even the most seasoned investigator. Investigating these sites proves the spirit world is real, more than just stories and legends. Trauma can persist long after death, leaving an indelible mark on the places where it occurred. Haunted New Mexico isn't just folklore. It's not just campfire tales to send shivers down your spine. It's living history, breathing and resonating with the energy of the past, retold by spirits who cannot leave, forever bound to the places that define their lives. As long as their voices cry out, as long as their stories remain untold, we'll be there to listen, to bear witness, and to share their